All right, hello and welcome or welcome back to another video. My name is Brandon Tobias. It's so good to be back here live or pre-recorded, I should say, on this channel. If you're new to me, this channel is all about helping you to step into your highest and greatest destiny in this lifetime in the areas specifically of love and of life. And so this channel, the design that I had in mind and that God ultimately had for this channel is for me to be a messenger of him and your guides and angels. So if there's messages, basically what I'm being told is if there's messages that your guides and angels want you to know right now, that your higher self, if you're watching this video, wants you to know, I am volunteering to be the messenger. That is what this channel is all about. And the whole purpose of that is so that you can live the best possible life, get clarity in any situations you need clarity in right now for your highest and greatest good, and ultimately move forward into your true soul path. Okay. Now, many of you who've watched this channel for a while, you know that this channel is deeply intertwined with the areas of love and relationship and the twin soul connection. One of the things I believe on this earth and in this lifetime for all of us watching right now is that the twin soul connection, i.e., the spiritual connection here that is in heaven, is also here on earth coming together and uniting the world together at this time. Okay, yin and yang coming together, east and west, as above, so below, all coming together, uniting here on earth to raise the frequency of the earth. And part of my mission here as a light worker is to channel for that situation and for any other messages you might need to hear. So tonight we are going to be free flowing. There is not going to be a single tarot card tonight. I have been given permission, we could say, and guidance to not use the tarot tonight. Maybe perhaps moving forward, but simply to rely on my messages and my abilities to help whoever it is watching. The one thing I do want to share is if you came across this video, if this video is on your feed, then there's a very good chance this message is for you. And if it's not, you will know pretty immediately within the first 2 to 4 minutes of this video that it's not for you. Okay. If it is for you, this video is basically going to contain not just the messages you need to know right now to move forward in all areas of your life and to live your true soul path, but to actually clear those out. We're going to be going through the healing experiences and incantations that are going to be channeled through me to be able to actually energetically shift you forward into your next vibration. So I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Without further ado, we're going to open up the ceremony and call in the guides and see what happens here. So calling in the guides and angels here now for the highest possible good for the viewer watching specifically and for the collective that I'm watching. Calling in God, Yahweh, Source, and the universe for the highest possible good and through unconditional love and light. What is it that the viewer watching at this moment in time needs to know or to be facilitated by me as a channeler for the highest possible good and for their true soul path and purpose? Okay, so for you watching, you are on a path or a mission right now they're calling of alignment. So you are doing things, finding things within you, looking at things even outside of you to help you align to your truest self. That is the one sole objective right now that for you watching, what I'm being told is like what your life is about. Okay, so everything they're saying, everything that you're doing or looking for or gearing for yourself for is just for that. It's not for anything else, right? It's not for any other purpose other than just doing things to align you with your true self. And what I'm being told is you might have some anxiety around this or a little bit of disgruntledness. And that anxiety or that disgruntledness comes from the fact that your human self wants to move forward in a certain way. Maybe this is in work, maybe this is in love, maybe this is in family or career, whatever it is for you. And yet your higher self and your guides and God, there's a conflict there because they want you to, okay, those other sources, those other higher versions of you want you to find your alignment first before you can move forward. Okay. Your human self is kind of like, I just want to move forward. I want to do this. I want to go for it. I want to be the thing, do the thing, have the thing. Okay. And your guide is like, slow down a little bit. Okay. We need you to rest, find your alignment, and do things specifically for that purpose first before everyone's going to give you the permission slip to go ahead and move forward in a certain way. Okay, so that's the first message I'm getting very strongly for you watching is, if you're feeling this conflict between your higher self and your human self, and one of you wants to move forward, the other one says, I need to sit back and find my alignment first, or just do things to help me find my alignment, okay, that's the one to go with. That's the guidance to go with versus moving forward. Some of you may be watching this and you feel like you found your alignment, you've done the work to find your alignment, and you can move forward. And if that's the case, go for it, right? I applaud you with that. But if you're kind of still in this middle ground, this fighting ground, right? 5 of Wands in the Tarot is like a conflict card they show me. Then it's the only thing, the best thing, and the only thing you can do to solve this conundrum within you is to find your alignment, and that will resolve the conflict, okay, within you. When I say conflict or alignment, I should say, when I say both, but when I say alignment, I mean the thing that your soul, okay, the thing that your higher self wants your incarnation, right, your human self in this incarnation, in this lifetime, to do, be, or accomplish in this lifetime. That's what they mean. And when I say alignment, that's what they mean by alignment, that you find specific clarity on what that is first. And when you have that specific clarity, boom, then you can go ahead and move forward. So also the second thing I'm seeing is if there are things in your life right now, dear viewer, that are kind of causing you in an external way, like external things in your life are causing you to have to pause, wait, slow down, okay, in any area of your life, right? Like there are circumstances that are out of your control that you cannot change, you cannot really impact right now, but they're causing you to have to wait in a certain regard. This is the reason why, okay? And once you put the work in to find and secure that alignment, right? And the word secure meaning like you are sure of it, it feels completely right, and it's settled in the depths of you in your body, okay? And that's a complete feeling, that's a complete energetic state, is that truth, that clarity settling deep within the truth or inner truth deep within your body. Then you will be propelled forward in the way that you are meant to be propelled forward, okay? Now, some of you, this may be a many month-long process, okay? And this might be some of the frustration, as you might say to this video and to me and to your guides and to God. You might say, I've already waited 6 months, Brandon. I've already waited 8 months. I've already waited a year, and I still don't feel like I can move forward. I still don't feel like I'm fully aligned. That's okay. Okay, you have permission from your guides, from God, from the angels right now to continue on with your quote unquote alignment work. And when that time has arrived and arrived within you and arrived, when that time arises and arrives, it will arise within you to allow you to effortlessly move forward. But if it doesn't feel effortless, and it feels like you are having to struggle and to grind and to pull extra weight along with you, then you haven't quite found that alignment within you yet. And that's a sign to keep doing things and to have your main focus in life be on discovering that true alignment with your human self and your higher self, both in agreement, both in alignment about what your job is here on earth. Okay, what your job, what your duty, what your mission is here on earth. If you haven't found that at this time, it will be very difficult to move forward. Many people right now, not just you, dear viewer, many people on this earth are in your exact same position, if you are indeed in that position. Okay, many people, you won't maybe see it all the time. It won't be publicly available, but believe it or not, many people, many souls are in that exact same position. Because what I'm seeing is that the world is in a bit of a standstill. It's almost like half the population, we can say, is still trying to find that alignment, right? Still struggling or still trying to look within themselves and find their true purpose here on earth, right? Their true mission, their true purpose. And the other half is kind of able to move forward and really able to help guide the other half of the population, right? So you can kind of think of it as that. It's like half the population is doing that. The other half of the population has found that alignment and is doing what they need to do here on Earth, right? Enjoying their experience and able to help guide those who haven't found it. Okay. So the point in saying that is you're not alone. And the Earth is kind of, in a way, it's like, I don't want to use the word force, but it's kind of obligating every single individual, right? The energy, the way the energy is right now on Earth from God and from the universe is basically saying, before you can move forward, before you can pass go, so to speak, you have to find this first within you, right? So there's kind of a limiting line, right, that's splitting these two sides of the Earth, the populations of the Earth, 50%, 50% approximately right now is what I'm seeing. And it's like the Earth is saying, you have to find this first in order to move forward, in order to move past this line. And it's not making any exceptions, right? So it's not like anyone who, like, people who haven't found that alignment are really not able to move forward past that line. Okay, is what I'm really seeing here on the planet. And so that's okay. That's perfect. Like, whatever side you're on, whatever, side of the journey that you're on, that you feel like if you feel you found that, you're moving forward, awesome. If you feel like you haven't found that yet, great, awesome. That's how it's supposed to be. And that is essentially a bit of a timeless period, meaning that this will last here on Earth until the majority of the population of the individuals who are still stuck or still in conflict or still not able to be in perfect alignment with their higher self and their true mission here on Earth. What I'm seeing, what they're showing me, is that approximately 75% of that half of the population of Earth, okay, 75% of that 50%, okay, just to be, well, I'll say it a different way to make it a little bit less confusing. 3/4 of that 50% of the Earth's population, okay, 3/4 of that side of the population must be moving forward, right? Must be able to cross that line and in their true alignment in order for the entire world or the entire rest of the population to shift. Okay. So we'll have to get to a tipping point. Okay. Almost like, Libra, the sign of Libra is the scales. They will have to get to a tipping point. The Earth will have to get to a tipping point in order for the entire thing to be able to move forward in a certain direction and to go to the next level, so to speak. Okay. So all of us right now, whatever side of the population that you might be on in the collective, all of us right now are on a collective mission to get as many people and as many souls here on Earth as possible to be in a place of full alignment with their higher self. Okay. If you are one of those individuals who is still struggling to find that, that's why God and the angels are saying, put all of the effort and all of the work that you possibly can into finding that now first, because that's the most important thing. Then you can join the other side, right? If you are on the other side and you feel like you found that and you're moving forward with it, do everything you possibly can to help this other side to find their higher self and find their alignment here on Earth. Okay? We're all, this is what I'm being shown, is the Earth is we're all connected and united in trying to get as many individual souls as aligned with their higher self as possible right now. That's all of our collective responsibility and duty to do. Okay? In case you're wondering, what am I here to do? What is my job? What am I supposed to be doing? That's your job. That's what you're supposed to be doing, depending on what side of the collective that you feel that you're on. Okay? Because none of us are moving forward until the majority of the population here on Earth is collectively aligned and able to move forward. And then we're all going to move forward and it's going to be great. And there will be, the interesting part about this whole channeled information for you watching to know for the highest good is that even so, when everything on Earth is aligned, or 75% of the 50% that are currently struggling with that, right? Having that inner conflict, struggling with that. When 75% of that 50% is aligned, there's still going to be a minority of the population here on Earth that is resistant and scared and really stuck, like really, really stuck. Because remember, this is the last bit of people, the general population that, is in the deepest of trenches here and really stuck and really resistant to being able to move forward. And so we're all going to have to, at some point, move forward, move the earth forward, despite the resistance from those particular souls. Okay. So I want to kind of step back for a second and share what I believe this all really means. Okay. Like in a practical way in your day-to-day life. All right. So you just heard the general mission that we're all on here on this earth right now, what's going on, the work that we're all meant to do, right? And we're in a timeless period where we're basically meant to focus on getting as many individuals, 75% of half the population. Someone will have to do the math on how many total souls that is. I have no idea. But 75% of half the population to find their alignment. Okay. So all you light workers out there, and myself included, that's our job, right? That's part of what this reading's about. Okay. And that's kind of what we're doing right now. There's only a certain amount, as they're mentioning, right? There's only about 75% of that 50% that are going to, at some point, boom, take that step or find it, move forward, and be fully in alignment with their higher self and move forward with their soul path. There's still going to be 25%, okay, of that original 50% that is super stuck and not able to move forward. And those are the souls that we as a collective at some point are going to have to just say, we have to move forward regardless. We have to move forward. We have to move the earth forward regardless, even if it's necessarily against the desire or will, I should say, of those who are really resistant to those types of changes, simply because they are unable to make the adjustments necessary to find alignment with their higher self. Basically, God is saying, and this is a natural thing, not 100% of people on the earth is going to be able to do this in this lifetime. Okay. Everyone here on the earth, by the way, so I want to make it clear, everyone on the earth right now that's still alive right now, everyone on the earth still has an opportunity to do so, to find their alignment, to find their higher self, and to move over to the side that is just able to move forward because they have that alignment. Okay. Everyone on earth. So no one's ruled out right now. No one is predetermined as of this moment to be part of the last 25% of the 50% that is just stuck. Okay. So no one is going to be obligated to do that. Everyone has the choice to be able to do that. But what I'm being shown is that it's just a natural consequence when the earth, right? Like when our population or populations generally of beings make big shifts or making big shifts for their collective, for their planet, this is a natural consequence of that, is that there's a small minority that is not able to do that or is not able to find that. And then they end up putting up a lot of the resistance to those who are trying to move things forward and in the aligned way. And then it can cause conflict. The reason why the guides and angels and God are saying all of this is because, you watching, if you haven't dealt with this already, you might in some point in the future deal with this, where you are encountering a soul or souls who becomes part of that. Okay. Who becomes part of that that last 25% of the 50%. Okay. Again, I don't know the math right now. Maybe that's like, I don't know, 10 to, it's probably somewhere up between like 10 to 15% of the overall population is probably what it ends up being. But anyways, math aside, if you haven't already encountered that, you might at some point in your future encounter that in your personal life, where you would then have to say, and like, I've done everything I can possibly do to try and get this soul into alignment, but if they are not willing to take that step, I have to move forward with the rest of the population. Okay, I have to let them make their own decision. Okay, and let them go their own way. Because if we don't, as a population, right, as the majority of the population, okay, if we don't, then the Earth itself is going to not be able to accomplish what it's meant to accomplish in this lifetime and for this collective. Believe it or not, the group of souls I'm speaking to right now, and who, what I'm channeling for, we came down as a group, as a collective, to, and if you're watching this, if you stayed this far, and this channeling has caught your attention to this degree, you're one of them. Okay, whether you recognize that or not, you are definitely one of them. And we all came down to make a very big shift here on Earth, like a very big shift, to take this Earth to the next level of vibration, of frequency, and to begin the complete transformation of the way our society and the way our world works. Okay, we weren't meant to necessarily carry it all the way through in this lifetime, because that's going to take a few lifetimes past us to really change everything. But we were meant to be essentially the bridge generation, where we start the big change that has to happen for the world, and bring everything to the start of the new way the world is going to work for, continued generations, many generations past us. And also many of us may decide to come back to continue to help the progression of the new way, the new world, we can say, right? This is, if you know Dolores Cannon, and she's since passed, and she's guiding from above, but she was really one of the first ones I know that channeled about this, is just the new Earth, what's happening, and the changes in the new Earth. And she was meant to start really to pioneer a lot of the new age spirituality and all that stuff. That's, not that I'm a huge fan of all that, but as a channeler, what I have to say is like that it's from what I'm understanding and what I'm channeling in my own way, that is what is happening, right? Is we're all here to create this new Earth. Okay. So I'm just here, that my job right now, my singular job right now, as of this channeling, as of this video, is to share with you watching the information you need to know, so that you know what's going on and what your current job is. And the fact that if you're watching this all the way to this point in time, there's a very high chance, if not 100% chance, that you are meant to participate in this for the world. You're not meant to just sit to the side and exist and do nothing. If you were just, by the way, if you were just meant to, I'm being told, if you were not meant to be a part of this, and you were meant to kind of just exist off to the side, and there are souls, by the way, who are meant to just kind of exist off to the side and let things transition and just exist, right? But not really actively participate in it, you would have clicked off this, or you wouldn't have even found it. Okay, that's that. I'm channeling from and for a very particular frequency that is made for a set of souls to understand. Okay, that we are the ones that are meant to do this. Okay, so if you're watching this, and if you lasted this long, just know there's a very extremely high chance that you are meant to participate in this. And so the point of this channeling is to let you know your job when it comes to this, what God and the angels want from you. And again, when I say God, it's not from a religious context necessarily, more so from God, source, the universe, Yahweh, the energy of all that is, was, and ever will be, the creator. Okay. This is This is what he needs you to know. This is what your guide, this is what your higher self wants you to know. And so the thing to do right now for you, and the call to action from this video that they want you to step into, is to identify which side you're on right now. Okay. Are you on the side, the 50% that is struggling to move forward because they still need to put work in to find their alignment with their higher self, and thus an identity and a clarity with their true self and their inner mission on this planet, so that they can move forward to the other side? Or are you on this other side that has found that very deeply and is able to move forward, or has clarity on what they need to do to move forward right now? And by the way, I want to make it clear, there's 0% judgment, or it's not right or wrong to be on either side. It just is. Whatever it is, it just is. Okay. So whatever it is you were meant to go through, or go through that experience, that's what you signed up for. It's not like you've done bad or good to be on either side, right? It's so, there's no right or wrong. Like, this is what we all signed up for. Okay. So don't be afraid to say, yeah, I'm on the side that can't really move forward because I need to find my alignment truly, or, and don't be cocky if you're on the side that's like, well, I have my alignment, I'm good to go. It's not like that. It's like, okay, if you did find your alignment, now you're here to help those other 50%. And if you haven't found your alignment with your higher self, you need to be doing everything possible to find that first, and then you'll move forward. Okay. That's the biggest thing that that God and the angels want you to know right now. That's most important at this time. Okay. A lot of you watching this have been doing very hard work when it comes to this, and they want to congratulate you on that specifically. And they also want to say, your guides and angels, that they very much recognize the amount of work that you've been putting in this lifetime for your human self, your human vessel. And that every ounce of work, this is what they want to share, is that every ounce of work you have put in, dear viewer, into yourself, okay? Every ounce of work that you have dedicated and put into yourself, your human self, when it comes to healing and clarity and emotional health, well-being, physical health and well-being, all of that energetic work is impacting you levels above, okay? Levels above and beyond just yourself, okay? This is what you need to understand, is if you are putting in this internal work for yourself, just for yourself, right? And just to become the best, most aligned version that you can, you are healing everything around you. You are also healing, by doing that work, everything around you. You're healing your sacred partner. If you know and have your sacred partner in this lifetime, you're healing your ancestors. You're healing your environment. You are healing the general population of souls who are connected to you that you may not even realize or know are connected to you. You're healing them. You're healing a lot of things that you may not, it may not be obvious, or you may not even realize by doing it, but you're doing it. And that is a very, one thing I want to share. And it's very interesting because, again, as a channeler, I get new information when I do this. So a lot of this is new to me. But as human beings, we have a special power and privilege that not all beings who serve in the spirit realm have. And one of those things is the ability to use our free will to interact with the energy in a physical form, right? Our free will as human beings to interact with the energy, to send and share this energy through and with ourselves into the higher realms and to everything around. Basically, the power of transmutation is a human being power. It's a human self power. Like, if you have physical form and a physical vessel and a body, you have the ability to actually harness, control, and utilize energy to heal yourself, but also to create impact, okay, beyond just this physical form and into the spirit realm. So you are extremely powerful, and I know, like, new age channelers, they say, oh, you're so powerful and you don't know what you are. It's like, this is a genuine statement of, like, you genuinely have this power, like, You may not realize it fully yet, but you have this power to actually work with and call upon energy to heal yourself. And when you do that, you are healing so much more than you can see and know beyond you. So, they just want to make it clear, if this is where you're at, this is what you're doing, whether you are or not doing this, right? This is your opportunity right now. This is your main objective. It's your main opportunity to be able to make an impact. You're making an impact in the world. You're changing the world by doing this. Okay? That's basically what they're trying to say, is you are actually changing the world by doing your internal work at this time, because you are affecting so much more, not just yourself, but your higher self, everything connected to your higher self, other souls, ancestors, your sacred partner, everyone. Okay? You really don't understand how powerful you are. They can't stress that enough. Okay? Even if you can't see it, even if you can't understand it. And so they want you to keep going. They want you to keep going. Let this message be one of that finds you with, and helps you, give you strength and perseverance and faith as well. In, particularly for those of you who are watching this who I'm doing this work, but I don't know why. What is the purpose of it? This is for you. You're in this world of the unknown, and you're like, well, I'm doing all this work, and I think it's helping, I think it's healing, but I don't know why I'm doing it. This is for you. This is why you're doing it. Okay, it's not just going to nothing. It's not just for nothing. It's for very, very big reasons. And most of all, most importantly, is to get the world, the majority of the world, to a place where it's mostly able and ready to move forward, right? I think it's again, math people help me out, but maybe 85% of the world, it feels right for some reason, 85% of the world is in this alignment. Okay, so to be clear, the point of everything of this whole channeling is our soul mission right now as light workers and people who are light workers but stuck right now. Okay, whoever's watching this is at. Our whole mission as a world, as a collective, is to get 85% of the people total in this planet, on this general population of this planet, aligned with their higher self. And when that happens, we will, as a collective, all move forward to make big changes on the earth. Everyone asks, and I'm a big YouTube guy, as you know, right? I love watching YouTube is what I mean by that. You kind of have to as a creator, because, you learn how it works. But I see all the time people looking in comments and looking at these videos, and they're just asking themselves in the comments, well, if all of these crazy, terrible things are happening, why is no one acting to change it? Why are we not, as a world, making changes to, shift things in a positive way? Why is everything just staying the same, and everyone's complaining about it and everyone sees it, but no one's actually, it seems like nothing's happening to change it. And this is your answer to that too, is we have to get 85% of the general population online, so to speak, or connected with their higher selves first. And when that happens, when that energetic shift happens, we will all move forward. But we cannot all move forward. Okay. Literally, you heard from the guy, it's 50% of the world, as of this channeling, as of this moment, depending when you hear this. Okay. This may or may not still be true at the time that you hear it, depending. But as of this moment, 50% of the world is still not a little stuck. They're stuck a little bit because they're not fully aligned with their higher self. And so we can't all move forward together, right? Because half of the population is aligned with their higher self, half is not, right? And so we can't, nothing can happen when there's 50%, 50%. Do you see it? You see what I'm saying? Do you see what the guys are saying? So it has to be a majority, 85% or more, but that's the number they're giving to me, to make big changes here in this world when it comes to the way we live, our societies, agriculture, food, the medical system, everything. Okay. And so that's what we should be focusing on. That's what this time period is for. Okay. Nothing else but that matters. And so if you do have your clarity and you know what you're here to do, you're going to help this side of the collective. You're going to help the 50% who are stuck right now. Okay. That's your job. So you got to find your way to do that. That's the whole, okay? Um, like if you're on the side that has the clarity about what you're here to do it. Now's the time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it's time to do that, and that's who you're going to be here to help. If you're on the side that doesn't have that clarity and doesn't feel aligned yet, work on finding your clarity as fast as possible and work with guides, right? As we talked about, work with guides who can help you, work with your angels, work with God, work with your higher self, and work until you have your clarity and then know you can move forward. But even though 50%, 50%, right, we're kind of in different areas, even though that's true, we are still all aligned towards the same objective. And that's really the underlying message I want to share, and the guides want to share in this message is that even though half the population's here, half the other population is here, a different place, all of us are trying to go for the same thing. And we are all united in that one mission, that one purpose, because the whole purpose of this lifetime, for those of you watching, all of us, is to make these crazy big changes to the world and reset things in a way. Not like the not like the Great Reset, but like the spiritual reset. Okay, the spiritual reset, we'll say, to get things ready for the new way that the earth is going to be run. And so when the guides and angels have said new earth in the past, they're not just referring to frequency. Okay, they're also referring to society and the structures of society and the way that we live our lives as a people, as a population here on earth. Okay, united as one and really aligned with the majority of our higher selves. Okay, so trust and know that you can do everything you can, right? And that's your job, to do everything you can to get as much of the other 50% of the population aligned, but there will be a 15%, right? A minority of people, generally speaking, on that side, on the stuck side, that is not going to ever be able to move forward. And so a lot of you watching may encounter, that's why it's being told in this channeling, is that a lot of you watching specifically may encounter those individual souls who are not predetermined yet, by the way, but you may encounter them in this lifetime. And just know, you have to know and remember this and know that that's a soul that maybe isn't going to be on board in this lifetime, and that's okay. That just wasn't their time. They had the opportunity, but they just didn't decide to take that step, and that's okay, because the majority of souls here are going to take that step, and that is what we need the most. And it is sad to say to be honest, it's very sad, at least for me, to know that. Right? I'm a bit of an optimist, I say, an idealist, and one of the things I would love to see, Brandon, is that we get 100% of people all moving forward, aligned with their higher selves, and moving into the right direction. But this message is saying, God is saying it's not. That's not. It's not the norm. Yeah. That's not what's supposed to happen. Okay. There's supposed to be a bit of the population that resists this, right? These positive shifts and changes in the world, and where the majority of the population is going to, in a way, provide a little bit of a fire, right? Whenever there's friction, what does friction create? Friction creates fire. So there's a cornerstone of the population that's kind of meant to stay stuck, which causes friction to the rest of the population, which ignites a fire to really do what it needs to do. Okay. So if you encounter one of these souls, and at some point in your lifetime, or in the future in your lifetime, know that that was part of their purpose. Okay. To ignite a fire for you, and that's okay. And that those souls are not determined yet as to who they will be, but there will be some who do that. 15% as low as 5% we can get it to, is what God is saying to me. But 15% that's the breaking point. Okay, 15% of the souls who are not able to shift, but 85% who are able to shift. Okay. Anything else for this channeled message for those of you watching? The last thing they want to share is simply just a good job that you are trying so hard. So I'm speaking to souls who are putting in a lot of effort. You would not have seen this video. This video would not have popped up on your feed if you were not putting in a lot of effort to be able to see this video. Like, to see this video is like a prerequisite to like have done a lot of work to attract or allow this frequency of that I'm channeling from to be in your life. Like, that's truly how it would work. Like, you would not see this video if you were not at the frequency. Okay, that's what I'm being shown. So good job, and keep going. Persevere. All right, that's a really big. Have faith and persevere. Know what you're doing. Know the effect you're having on this planet. And the last thing I'll share that they want me to share is don't be afraid. Do not be afraid at all to do everything you can to work to get the other half of the population as aligned with their higher self as possible. Do everything you need to do and say everything you need to say. Do everything you need to do. Okay. Do not be bold. Do not be afraid. Be bold when it comes to that work. You're not going to get everyone. We're not going to get everyone. Okay. That's what's being shown here. But we can get the majority of souls to move forward. And that's when that happens, there's going to be some very special things that happen in this world. And we're all very excited. Like the guides and angels, God, myself, we're all very excited for that to happen, because that will happen in our lifetime. That the plan is for that to happen in our lifetime. How special is that? So we've got an exciting ride ahead of us. Okay, you, me, the world, the guides and angels, God. We've got a very exciting ride ahead of us, and I just want to say it's an honor to be here with you all and doing this. And I hope this message finds you at a good time. I hope it gives you some light and some inspiration and some laughter and some understanding. And I'm very grateful to be able to be of service for you at this time. Okay. Anything else? No, that's it for this message. Now, there will be an extended message. It's going to be a little different than usual. We're going to try something different. We are not going to be using the tarot for this extended message. God and the angels want me to use my abilities to just straight up channel, okay, for whoever watches that video, the extended reading. And that is going to be about your love situation. Okay. So that is going to be specifically for those of you guys and gals who are in a love situation, you have a divine counterpart, and you want or need messages about that divine counterpart, where they're at, how they're feeling, what they want to share with you, what God wants you to know about them, and where they're at, and what your destiny is meant to be at this time. That will be in the extended reading. And I promise you, I don't know what's going to come through, but I can feel it's going to be very in-depth. It's going to be very specific, and it's going to be just straight up channeled for a very specific group. And so you'll know, you'll feel it if this reading is for you. So trust your gut. Don't trust your head. Just trust your gut. Like, if this extended reading is going to be for you, go for it. I recommend it. If you feel like, I don't really feel it, like, don't do it. Don't get it. Okay. So you'll know, don't buy it unless you really do feel like I need to know this reading's for me based on what you just heard from those channel messages. Okay. The extended reading will be about, if not from your person, what they want you to know from their side of the higher self, okay, to you specifically, and specific messages about where they're at, what they want you to know, and what's going on. Okay, and what you would need to know or do in conjunction to that messages and to those messages and to that reading. Okay. Dear viewer, this was an amazing opportunity and channeled insight. Thank you so much, guides and angels, Jesus Christ, Mary Magdalene, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. Thank you so much, God, as well, for this channel message. I hope it helps you. Moving forward, I think we're going to be doing more things like this. So definitely let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this reading specifically for you. Be sure to hit that like button if you did enjoy it. I would really appreciate it. And hit that subscribe if you haven't subscribed already for more messages just like this. If you feel that it's for you, it's an honor and a blessing to serve you all. Thank you so much. Please be sure to leave your experience of this reading, if you'd like, in the comments below. And if you choose to, I'll see you in the extended. If not, thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.